Hi guys, welcome back to our session on orthographic projection. In the last session, I gave an introduction about orthographic projection. In this session, we will learn about the quadrant systems and also how to make orthographic projection of objects kept in different quadrants. While solving application problems and drawing orthographic projection of lines, solids, etc., we may encounter situations when the object lies in 2 or 3 different quadrants. So understanding how to draw the projections in various quadrants is very important. This session actually gives you a very clear idea about that. So now let's move on to the 3D visualization. Okay. Right. Here we have the three-dimensional view of the quadrant system. So whenever we consider a quadrant system, you have the first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and the fourth quadrant, right? We have 4 quadrants. One thing that you have to keep in our mind is that we are always looking at the first quadrant. Okay, we are standing in front of the first quadrant and above the first quadrant. That is how we are looking at the quadrant system. Okay, as far as graphics is concerned, we will not go behind and look at the second quadrant or the third quadrant. We will stand in front of the first quadrant and our front view will be in this direction towards the first quadrant, and the top view will be from above. We will not go below. Okay, this is something that we have to keep in our mind. Okay, now let us see the 4 different quadrants. First quadrant, this is the first quadrant. This VP, the pink plane that is mentioned as VP is called as the vertical plane, and the yellow plane which is mentioned as HP is called as the horizontal plane. Okay, so this is the vertical plane and this is the horizontal plane. So from here onwards I won't be mentioning like pink plane, yellow plane or anything. I'll be just saying about vertical plane and horizontal plane. I'll be mentioning these 2 words, vertical plane and horizontal plane. So let us look at the quadrant system. So first we have the first quadrant is in front of the vertical plane and above the horizontal plane. Now we will slowly move on to the second quadrant and see how the second quadrant is. See that the second quadrant is behind the vertical plane and above the horizontal plane. Okay, behind the vertical plane and above the horizontal plane. Now this third quadrant, again third quadrant is below the horizontal plane and behind the vertical plane. Keep that in mind. It is behind the vertical plane and below the horizontal plane. Now let's move on to the fourth quadrant. As you can see, it is below the horizontal plane and in front of the vertical plane. Okay, so these are the 4 different quadrants. Now we will see. Now our aim is to convert this 3-dimensional figure, right? Whenever you keep an object, the aim of orthographic projection is to convert the 3-dimensional figure into a 2-dimensional drawing, right? That is the 3-dimensional view, that you have of an object in the real world. You have to convert that into a 2-dimensional drawing. That is the main aim of the orthographic projection or any engineering drawings. Okay, so how do we do that? For that, what we do is we keep an object in each quadrant. So let us say we take an example of the first quadrant. We keep an object in the first quadrant and get a image on the vertical plane and horizontal plane, and then we have to convert that image into a 2-dimensional drawing. For that, now this is a 3-dimensional drawing, right? So in order to convert that, we open this up. We open the quadrant system. Now let us see how do we open it. So I'm going to open the first quadrant. Okay, so initially I'm just going to open the first. See that when I open the first quadrant, you saw the direction of opening, right? When I open the first quadrant, now the vertical plane is above the XY line. In the introduction class I actually told you what this XY line is. This vertical plane is right now above the XY line and the horizontal plane is below the XY line when I open it up. Okay, you saw that the horizontal plane is moving downwards in the case of the first quadrant. Now let us see what happens when I open the first quadrant. What happens to the second quadrant, third quadrant and fourth quadrant. Remember that we are always opening the first quadrant. Okay, the first quadrant is always open like that. So what happens to the second quadrant? Let us see that. Okay, now I have kept brought back the three-dimensional view. We'll look at the second quadrant. Now that's the second quadrant there. Now as I said before, we are once again opening the first quadrant. So what happens to the second quadrant? Let us see that. See that? Now watch it carefully. Yeah, see that this has gone down, but this has come up, which means that the image formed on the horizontal plane, which is the top view, in fact, that one will overlap with the image formed on the vertical plane. Okay, that is very important as far as the second quadrant is concerned. This is a thing that you have to keep in our mind when we are considering the second quadrant. So let us just see that. Now here the image formed on the vertical plane is already there, and the horizontal plane is overlapping with that. There will not be any image formed on this plane because we have kept it above the horizontal plane, right? The object is kept above the horizontal plane, so no image will be formed below the xy line. So both the images will be above the xy line. Now let us see what happens in the third quadrant. As you know, this is the third quadrant. So once again, when I open the first quadrant, let us see what happens to the third quadrant. See that? Third quadrant comes like this. Now in the case of the third quadrant, the image was kept the object was kept below the horizontal plane and behind the vertical plane. So you will get an image below xy line. So in the case of the third quadrant, the horizontal plane has gone up and the vertical plane it will remain here itself. So you will get an image, the front view on the vertical plane and the top view on the horizontal plane. Now let's move on to the fourth quadrant. Now that is the fourth quadrant. This is the fourth quadrant. You can see the image will be placed below the horizontal plane and in front of the vertical plane. You will get a more clear idea about this thing when we place the object and we form the image and everything. This is just an introduction. So now I'm just going to open the first quadrant once again. See that? When I open the first quadrant, that horizontal plane is overlapping with the vertical plane, just as in the second quadrant. But in the second quadrant, it was both these were above xy line, and in this case it is both these are below the xy line. See that? Right, now you can see that it is below the xy line. So both the first front view and the top view will be below xy line. Right, so I bring back this thing to the actual position. Okay, now what we are going to do is we are going to place an object in the first quadrant first, then we form the image. I'll show you how the 2D drawing will be. Then we'll go to the second quadrant and make the image there and make the 2D drawing. Then to the third quadrant, do the same thing, and then to the fourth quadrant and do the same thing. This is what we are going to do right now. So first of all, I'm going to place the image and switch on the lights so that shadow will be formed. Okay, so we have the image there, sorry, not the image, we have the object there. Now these two things, this pink line represents the distance of the object from the vertical plane. Okay, this is the distance of the object from the vertical plane. This is important because when you're drawing the two-dimensional figure, this length will be very important. That length should be drawn on this thing. Okay, we'll see that. And this green line is the distance of the object from the horizontal plane. Okay, pink line, distance of the object from the vertical plane, and green line, distance of the object from the horizontal plane. And these two will be once again in all four quadrants, these colors will remain the same and the purpose of these lines will remain the same. So I'm not going to repeat those things in that. Now what I'm doing is I'm going to switch on the lights. Let us see. Yeah, see that? When I switched on the lights, I got the image of this object on the vertical plane, that is the front view. When I look from the front, the image of this object is formed on the vertical plane. When I look from the top, the image of that object is formed on the horizontal plane, and this is called as the front view, and this shadow is called as the top view. Now what happens is when I remove the object and switch off the light, these shadows will go. So in order to avoid that, we will just make some markings. And one more thing, as you have seen, the image of this or the shadow of this green line, that is the distance from the horizontal plane, is formed here as the distance. The shadow is here, and that is the distance from the XY line to the object. And as you know, since this is parallel projection, this length and this length will be the same. So whenever you draw the distance of the object from the horizontal plane into a 2D thing, you have to draw it as the distance from the XY line to the image, to the front view. Okay, now I'm just going to mark these things, shadow, because okay, and I have switched off the lights. I've marked it. I've marked the front view, the distance of the front view from the XY line, distance of the top view from the XY line, and the top view. Now we'll remove the object. Okay, see that I've removed the object. I've marked A prime as the front view and A as the top view. Just any variable will do. That's okay. Now I'm going to open the first quadrant. Yeah, see that when I open the first quadrant, now the 3D has become a 2D drawing. The 3D view has become a 2D drawing. Now you see, this is the front view. This intersection point of the two planes is the XY line. Green line is the distance of the object from the horizontal plane. Pink line is the distance of the object from the vertical plane. This A prime is the front view. A prime is marked, is named, okay, the name is given for the front view, and A is the name given for the top view. Okay, so this is how a 2D drawing will look like. Finally, we will see an actual 2D drawing, just like the introduction class. We will see the 2D drawings of each quadrant, all the 4 quadrants. So don't worry about that, but just understand the concept. Now we will move on to the second quadrant. Once again, here we are going to place the object and then look from the top, look from the front, and form the image. Now before that, as I told you before in the introduction part, we are always looking from the front, right? So we'll also see how does this look like when you're looking from the front. Okay, so first I'm going to place the object there. Yeah, I have placed the object. I have marked the distances. Now I'm going to change this vertical plane and keep a glass plane there, so that we can, when you look from the front, you can see this object. Let us see that. So I have removed that. Yeah, see what happens when you look from the front. You see the object. You're facing the first quadrant again. We are not going behind the second quadrant. We're facing the first quadrant, looking at the first quadrant. In the front view, you see the object and the distance of the object from the horizontal plane. Now there is a small line here. You can see a very light line that is actually the front view of the horizontal plane. Okay, and sorry, this naming has jumped down. The horizontal plane is there itself. Okay, now I'll just go back and see. Okay, now we'll remove the glass plane and go back to our conventional vertical plane. Right? Yeah, now switch on the lights, make the markings as we have done in the first quadrant. As you can see, the front view is obtained on the vertical plane and top view is obtained on the horizontal plane. Okay, now I'll just remove the object, switch off the lights, and then we will see what happens to the front view and the top view. How do you get the projections? So switched off the light. Now I'm just going to rotate it. See that I've rotated it, it has gone up. And what do you see? You see the front view, and on top of that you see the top view. Now these two lengths are different. That is the reason why you get it like this. If they were the same, this will overlap. Okay, now we'll go back to the third quadrant. Okay, now see, I have kept the object there. Now the peculiarity about third quadrant is that the object is below the horizontal plane and behind the vertical plane. Okay, as you know, we are not looking from behind the quadrant system or below the quadrant system. We will always look from the top and we will always look from the front. So let us see what is the view from the front and what is the view from the top. In order to do that, we'll just remove these normal conventional planes and we'll just keep some glass planes and see that. Okay, so yeah, I have removed the regular planes and I have kept two glass planes in order to view the front view and the top view. So let us view each. So this is the front view. In the front view, you can see the green line, which is the distance from the distance from the horizontal plane to the object, the green line and the object. Okay, now let us move to this is the front view. Okay, this is when you look from the front, this is what you see, not the view. This is how you see the object. Now when you look from the top, see, this green dot actually is the distance of the object from the horizontal plane. You see, it is placed above the object, right? It is actually placed above the object. That is the reason why you just see a dot there. So when you look from the top, that line will be above the object. Okay, that is from the horizontal plane to the object. So that is the reason why you see that. Now we'll go back, and yeah, we bring back the actual plane and then switch on the lights. When I switch on one light, you see only the front view. That is the light from behind. You see only the front view. When I switch on the other one, you see the top view also. I'm just going to mark the front view and top view so that when I remove the lights, these things won't go. So yeah, we have the top view as A and front view as A prime. Okay, you can't see the prime, it's behind this line. Okay, so this is A prime and this is A front view and top view. I have marked those. Now we are going to open the quadrant system. We are going to convert the three-dimensional view into a two-dimensional view. In order to that, we'll open the first quadrant and see what happens to the third quadrant. Okay, see that when I opened it, the front view has remained here itself and the top view has gone up. Let us see what happened. How do you see it in the two-dimensional view? This is the two-dimensional view. As you can see, the top view is here, that is A is above the XY line and the distance from the vertical plane is given there. That is the top view, and this is below the XY line. The front view is below the XY line, as we know that the object was placed below the horizontal plane. It is below the XY line, and then this is the distance from the vertical plane. Okay, now we will move on to the fourth quadrant. Okay, this is the fourth quadrant, and we will be keeping the object below the horizontal plane and in front of the vertical plane. And let us see what happens. So we have placed the object, we have made the markings. As you know, this is the distance from the horizontal vertical plane and this is the distance from the horizontal plane. The green one is the distance from the horizontal plane and the pink is the distance from the vertical plane. Switched on the lights, I've made the markings. Now I'll remove the object. Okay, the object is removed, the marking is already there. Now we will open the first quadrant. See that it is closed, overlapped, just like the second quadrant, but in the second quadrant everything was above XY line. In this case it is below XY line. As you can see, you have the A prime and A here. Okay, this is the XY line. Now I'll remove this and bring back to the actual position. Okay, so that's all about the projections in different quadrants for the time being as an introductory part. Now in the next class we will move on to projection of lines. Okay, therein we will have more than one point. Here we just had one point, but in that case we have more than one point. That is, you have the projection of an actual line, and then later on we will move on to projection of planes and then projection of solids. Okay, right, and we will also solve some actual problems, real life problems and everything using these animations. And right now I'm just going to show you how an actual drawing will look like. Okay, the first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant and the fourth quadrant. Okay, so we will move on to that. Yeah, right, these are the two-dimensional drawings of the theory that we have already discussed right now. I've kept all the drawings of all the four different quadrants in a single page itself. On the extreme left we have the drawing of the first quadrant. and we can see that the VP is above the XY line and HP is below the XY line. Similar to that, you have A prime, which is the front view, that is above XY line, and the distance of HP, distance from the HP is marked this above the XY line, and the top view is below XY line, and the distance from VP is drawn below the XY, marked below the XY line. If you move to the second quadrant, you can see that both HP and VP are above XY line, and front view and top view both are above XY line. A prime is marked here, which is the front view, and A is marked here, which is the top view. Distance from HP and VP are also marked here. When you move to the third quadrant, you can see the difference between the first quadrant and the third quadrant. The distance from VP is marked above, and HP is above, VP is below XY line. And A is above the XY line and A prime is below the XY line. Okay. Now moving on to the fourth quadrant. Now we have both the views in the both the views below the XY line, and you have HP and VP both marked below the XY line, A prime and A, and distance from VP, distance from HP, everything is below the XY line. Okay, so this is the two-dimensional drawing of the theory that we already learned right now, and for 4 different quadrants. So we'll wind up for today, and then we'll start with projection of lines and then move on to the planes and solids in the subsequent classes. Okay, thank you, see you later.